Every family has at least one, sometimes even more than one. We're talking about the good old-fashioned family troublemaker. You know the type, the relative that stirs the pot, ends up creating conflict and havoc for the rest of the family. It happens daily, it happens at holidays. Now, my first guests say their daughter's Jekyll and Hyde outburst have their entire family living on edge. Take a look.
My sister Marcy is a troublemaker. Every family function is tension-filled. I am sick of being verbally abused by my younger sister.
I don't ever want to cross Marcy because she'll fly off the handle and make my life miserable. Morning, noon, and night. When we're all together as a family, trouble happens. And it's because we're all on pins and needles.
She has to have things a certain way. And if she doesn't get that way, she goes off.
I'm a good kid, I'm not a troublemaker.
She said I'm difficult, stupid,
idiot.
If I had to name the greatest troublemaker in my family, it would be my mom.
She blames Mom for everything that's gone wrong in her life. My sister wants her to be Florence Henderson. I feel Marcy is ashamed to be a part of this family for a lot of reasons. She acts as though she was born into the wrong family.
She treats me like this second-class person.
I'm not ashamed of my family, I get ashamed of my mom.
Marcy attacks me about my weight, and it's just done in such a way as to make me feel poorly about myself.
My sister has some kind of resentment against me. I'm pretty sure it's jealousy. I do let my wrath out on my family because they judge me too much.
I am scared of my sister. She slapped me, she has thrown things, she's broken things. She can get very, very violent. She didn't like how I was driving, and she just flew into a rage and slapped me right there. And I ended up with a red handprint on my face for 3 days.
Cheryl is not able to say no to Marcy, whether it's money, co-signing, decorating the house.
I asked Santa for a spine at Christmas. I didn't get it. I've spent over $6,000 on Marcy.
I do think I'm materialistic, but I don't think there's anything wrong with liking nice things. My mom had a seizure. I thought she was dying. My entire family blamed me for my mom's seizure because of the stress in the home.
The last straw for me was when my mother called me last week upset because my sister said that all 3 of us kids had gotten together and agreed that my mother was a horrible mother. That was it. Dr. Phil, my sister Marcy is the family troublemaker, and I can't take it anymore. Please help us before she ruins our family.
Well, so you're the accused troublemaker.
Yes,
in fact, they say you are abusive, that you are unappreciative, and that you are a bully.
Okay.
What say you?
I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you, if you want to help out. Because I could go on, and all my friends, like when I'm like, they accuse me of being a family troublemaker, they're like, what, you? And I'm just like, yeah.
Your friends aren't there when you shut the door and you go off into a rage. They're not there, they don't see that, you put up a good front.
About the slapping thing, Carrie, you and me and Sean have always fought, and you put this slapping thing out. I was just like, horrible clip. Oh my gosh, I would think that I would be the most horrible. Carrie, what had happened? And Danielle agreed with me when she came in and worked the other day. I was turned around talking to them, unbuckled, and you slammed on the brakes, pretending we were going to get in an accident. And I looked over at you because I thought I didn't have my seatbelt on, and I flew forward. And then she started laughing. I was like. And I think it just came out, and I slapped you because I didn't know what, I was scared. I thought we were going to get in a car crash. And to be honest, I forgot that whole thing. I forgot about
Wait, hold on. Let me jump in here just a second, okay? Because there's a couple things she said I got to ask about.
Okay.
And then I'm going to come to you.
Yeah.
What do you mean it just kind of came out?
Well, I mean, I think I was
keep
mad.
talking to these people who just like, whoops, I accidentally slapped you.
No, I was mad and scared. I was mad and scared. And I think if I would have done it to her, she would have pounded on me just the same. And I'm just saying, I feel horrible about that. And I said sorry. I remember saying sorry right after, but I didn't know what to do because I had slapped you. And I was like a little embarrassed by it and a lot embarrassed by it. And you know, you bring it up now. You brought it up to me that one time.
Why
I'm
do you
like, Carrie,
defend
I'm
it?
so sorry.
Why do you defend it if you were
Because
embarrassed? Why don't you just say, it was absolutely wrong, should not have done it?
I said, I'm sorry, I'm very, very sorry.
What do you want to say, Cheryl?
I want to say that I left when Marcy was 18 years old on her 18th birthday. Probably a bad choice. I made another choice to come home because I wanted to be with my family because I really wanted to be home.
Mom,
And
you made you went into New Day Center. Dad put you into New Day Center because you were an alcoholic. I remember being in 2nd grade and you did this, and then you told Annie Jane that on Marcy's 18th birthday, I am going to leave. On my 18th birthday, me and Dad were getting ready to go home from the gym, and he goes, I have something to tell you, and he just started bawling. I mean, what is it? And you left,
Okay, Sissy,
and it hurt me. You
this
don't
actually
think
isn't
that
about me,
has.
Sissy.
Okay,
this
you don't.
is about getting help so that when we want to have a family event,
it hurts, and you have to understand it
all
hurts,
have
and you
to
have to
be
understand with your
in pins and
smoking.
needles.
And so,
Carrie's
and I understand
in
we're
counseling.
here, and
I'm
we're,
in counseling.
I know.
Dad's been in
You
counseling.
won't even come to
But you
counseling.
won't come, I've asked.
You said, why does it have to be this way? And I said, just because that's the way it is, Marcy. It's just the way it is. And we have to deal with what is. And you said, I don't want to, you don't know anything, and you started going into one of your tantrums, and you effing me right out the door.
Honey, I haven't had a
I've
drink
asked
in
you
months
before.
and
It's all
months.
your problem, but
Okay.
you won't come.
Time
to
out.
help.
My sister has blown up on Christmases, on Thanksgivings, after school plays, on the way to dinner, you name it, my sister has ruined the occasion.
When I'm angry, I say things like, this is so f***ing retarded.
My best day is when Marcy's not at home because it's so difficult to make her happy.
We're here with Carrie, Cheryl, Russ, who all say they tiptoe around the youngest person in their family, Marcy, just to avoid trouble. If you're so unhappy with the way these people are and act, why are you living at home
I am not.
at 24 years of
Okay.
age? I mean, go.
That is ridiculous right now. Okay, first of all, I am living at home when I graduated just this year from Oregon State. Like, I told, you know, my mom had just moved back and we were always living with my dad. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to come home and I'll live with my mom instead. It was either my dad or my mom.
And I had the new house with air conditioning, so you
Okay.
chose me.
Okay,
But
so-
now, wait a minute.
no,
Hold
it
on,
was
hold on,
because
hold on,
that's
hold
not
on, hold on,
it.
hold on, hold on. In order for us to progress through a conversation, you're going to have to be responsive to the questions.
I'm trying here.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
so
now, wait a minute. My question is, you're a 24-year-old adult. If you're not happy with the interactions here, why don't you go live on your own?
When I first moved in, we were kind of on the mend. Everything was fine, and then things just started. Me and my mom can't live together.
Stop. Why do you do things like rearrange her furniture, take all her stuff
When she
off
first
the walls,
moved in, she's
hide
like,
it
Marcy,
in
try.
closets?
She goes, Marcy, she goes, help me decorate the house, help me do everything. So I'm like, okay. And so we
You
were
don't
still
do
in the.
that with her. You do it without her.
No, and
When I
because
take a
because
sales
you
trip.
don't compromise with me. I'm like, hey, what about this?
There's
Does
no
this look good?
compromise. It's her house.
And I understand that.
If she disagrees,
You
then you just
understand
let
that.
it go.
No, I'm not being
Okay.
here. I don't want to be here.
You what?
I just don't want to be here. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't ever talk and say, this is why I'm feeling this way, guys, and why don't you listen to
Let me
how
tell
I'm
you
feeling?
this, Marcy Jane Aker, I love you more than life itself.
I know, and I
am
love you
the
the
most
same.
proudest mom
And I am
there.
too, and but
You
people-
want to be, I want to be the mom, not the money.
You aren't the money. You throw that in my face. I don't want the money.
Sissy, where are you going to go?
Okay, Mom, I am trying. I just graduated. I'm working full time and I'm at ATSU. I am working hard. I just graduated with 2 double majors. I'm trying to apply to dental school. I'm doing everything that I can to make it on my own. I am setting myself up for the future. Carrie says I want to be rich when I grow up. I'm going to be a nonprofit dentist. How is that being rich? How is that being rich? How's that? And Carrie, you've been so jealous of me since I was little. It's been ridiculous. My sister's
This is
no,
how it goes,
but
and it
it's
won't
true
stop.
because I
It won't
can't
stop.
explain it.
Okay,
And-
stop.
and-
Stop for a second. Okay.
just
Well,
wanna
no,
say-
no, I'm serious.
I agree.
Hold on.
Fine.
Stop. I am interrupting you because you're not going to dominate this conversation. There are 4 people here,
I'm
and
trying
they
to
have the right
explain.
to speak.
And
They have the right to speak.
Okay, I will say,
Now, I'll
Marcy,
get it. Hold on a second, and I'm going to let you speak here in just a second, uninterrupted, okay? Just being angry doesn't give you the right or the opportunity to go in and call your mother an idiot, an fool.
I
all
know,
of those.
and I'm sorry. I mean, I don't think that that's okay, and I don't think that any of that is okay.
Okay, that didn't call for a response. What I'm telling you is you're going to have to understand that these people don't have to cater to you and do what you want to do.
And that's
now,
not how
what
I
would you like
feel.
to say, Russ?
I just, in acknowledgement to what she said, we're enablers. We enable her.
You think?
I think. And I haven't stopped yet.
I know.
But you can stop, right?
I
And you
can
want to stop.
I want to stop.
We're here with family members who blame each other for causing trouble. Now, Russ and Carrie say they're just absolutely fed up with Marcy and do not want to do this anymore. Now, before the break, you said, we are enablers, okay? And clearly that's true. You have a daughter here that has called you an idiot, an stupid, stubborn, on and on and on, yet you have ponied up $7,283.77 in the last 6 months alone. Now, you're living with your parents,
Yeah.
so you're living in somebody else's house,
Yes.
eating somebody else's groceries,
No. not
using
all the
somebody
time.
else's utilities, and somebody else is contributing $7,283.77 to your bills in the last 6 months. And what you do is decide that they're just stupid.
No.
Well, they're smart enough to be able to give you $7,000. So, they've got something there, but
You borrow money from me.
I'm sorry?
That's like $20 back and forth. And
200, 300. I have bank statements that like, hey, don't tell mom and dad. Can I borrow $300
Marcy.
because I'm not getting my check?
Well, it's
another-
back and forth, though.
I
Okay.
know,
Do
but
the same
why?
thing.
Don't
Marcy.
reprimand me for
Marcy.
me doing
I haven't
it.
said anything
Marcy.
to you about it.
Yes.
do you think anybody ought to listen to that from you?
What?
Name calling and yelling and screaming and
No,
threats?
and I don't.
My dad was in a conflict with a family member like this one time, and he's just feeling real bad about it, and he just said, you know what, they can call me a sumbitch, but they're going to do it long distance. And the attitude is, if somebody is going to be abusive with you, then they can do that from the other side of the fence. I just don't believe that you're actually helping or contributing to the evolution of this obviously brilliant young woman
She is.
by allowing this behavior to go on. And I'm going to tell you what I think's going on here. I think the reason that both of you tolerate and endure this is because you feel really guilty about some of the choices you've made,
Right.
some of the maladaptive behavior you've made along the way, and you feel like we have put her through a tough time because of our choices, and so we feel guilty about that. Whew. Turning to you, I think that you resent the things that weren't done for you as a child, the abandonment that you felt whenever your mother decides she would rather be somewhere besides with you, and I think you are so angry about that,
Oh, yeah, I
that
am.
you view them through a
Not
filter,
my dad.
and
I'm-
you are wanting to vent and vent and
my-
vent, and aren't your mother.
My mom.
It's whatever your anger is coming from, it clearly isn't coming from what's happening in the here and now.
Oh, no, it is. It is.
If it's mom, why do you speak to me the way you speak to me? You do the same thing to
Why-
me.
what do I speak to
Just not as a, when I left the house the other day. I am guarded, Marcy. I don't get involved like your mom does. I don't allow myself to get sucked into the situations. They start and they stop as quickly as they start because I won't allow it. I just shut up. And then you rant and rave on.
Right. See, the whole
You
world
must know
isn't
that.
about you, Marcy. We love you to death,
You
honey.
cussed me out, you hung
And
up on
that's
me.
why I am so guarded with you. I don't enjoy, I enjoy you. I love you so much in those times that we,
I love you
And
too
we were
when we're
just
getting
gonna
along.
we were just gonna get brother's wedding, brothers getting married Saturday. We want to get that done, and we were gonna rush and do this on our own, honey, without Dr. Phil. This is a bit.
Are you doing?
Dr. Phil,
I mean, we already had this planned.
Dr. Phil, you've heard our story. Tell us what we can do. Or
I've
we
been
in
hearing
our-
you. I've been hearing.
I feel like.
I've been hearing your story for 30 years. I mean, I didn't just come in on a load of turnips, okay? I mean, I know exactly what's going on here, and you know what? You know what you got here You're what I call a right fighter. You know, you just want to be right. You just want to be right. You want to prove
I want my voice heard. Like, you don't know. I'm affected with my mom smoking. Like, one person might be
Dr.
affected with
Phil.
alcohol.
Let's listen to Dr. Phil.
In the house, honey.
I just want you to
Quit arguing.
stop.
Quit fighting back.
Okay, fine.
Stop. Listen.
Okay.
He's here to help.
Okay.
Thank you. Look,
I think we all want to love each
Listen.
other. No,
Listen.
I think that we all
okay,
want
I'm
to
going
love
to say one thing to you, and you do whatever you want to with it. And I'm going to say one thing to y'all, and you do whatever you want to with it. You just need to keep your dukes up so you don't get slapped.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Bottom line, anger is nothing more than an outward manifestation of hurt, fear, and frustration. When people are showing anger, it isn't anger. They're either hurt, or they're scared, or they're really frustrated, or all three. Mm-hmm. And until you take anger out of your vocabulary and talk about the hurt and the fear and the frustration, you're not ever going to get better.
I talk about the hurt, fear, and frustration.
Please, will you let me finish? Because we're through talking, discussing. Okay. I just want to give you these things to think about, and then you're either going to do something with them or you're not. But right now, you're a slave to the anger, and it dominates you, and it builds up, and you have to vent. And you say, I just want to be heard. No, what you want to do is vent your anger. You've become a slave to it. And until you resolve the feelings you've got about being mistreated when you were younger and being abandoned when you were younger, you're not ever going to see these people through clear eyes. You guys, if you continue to accept this behavior, then you get exactly what you deserve. You need to stop this. You need to stop it. And if you think by suffering this and enduring this, it is a gift to her where you're making up for things in the past, this is no gift to her. You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to negotiate with the world. And what you're teaching her is that anger, tantrums, and venting is a way to get what you want, because it works. You pay her off every time she does it. You cower, you leave, you don't do anything to upset her. And so what that's going to mean is she's going to get fired a lot. She's going to get divorced a lot. She's going to get, because most people are going to say, I absolutely will not accept that from her in any way whatsoever. So you're teaching her, you're rewarding bad behavior.
I know, and I know I'm guilty for that.
Okay, let me finish.
I'm guilty of that.
Let me finish. The good thing about behaviors is they have a beginning and an end. They can stop right now. They can absolutely stop right now. This is a beautiful, intelligent, talented young woman who is doing things that are highly unbecoming to you. These are highly unbecoming to you.
I know.
Because it's beneath who you are. It's beneath who you are. And you have a lot of pain inside, and that needs to be resolved. We're talking to people who want to confront who they believe is the family troublemaker. Now, my next guests say their mother loves to stir the pot, and her overbearing behavior and sharp tongue make family gatherings a living hell.
Why are you giving me the evil eye?
My mother is a troublemaker. She is the drama queen of the family.
She puts the blame on everybody else instead of herself.
I am not the troublemaker. I believe Lisa is. I feel that Lisa is having problems because she's the oldest daughter. She is not married, she doesn't date, and she's overweight.
My mother tells me I'm a miserable person. According to my mother, I'm never going to find a man.
And I knew that she would not get married from the age of 12. No one would put up with her negative attitude.
My mother says that I'm vicious, that she knows I hate her and that I think she's a bitch, and that I've always felt that way.
After you've been pushed so far, you can only take so much. It's like an evil witch comes out of me, and I just want to claw their eyes out. I always dread when Lisa's coming home. Lisa spoils every holiday and every occasion because it's either going to end up in a confrontation or a dog fight.
I dread the holidays terribly. My mom is just unbearable. My mom tries to pit my sister and I against one another all the time.
It started when we were kids. I was in the middle of them fighting. I believe my mother is trying to ruin my marriage. The day before my wedding, my mother said, I can't believe you're gonna marry that bastard. I told her, I cannot believe you just said that. That's the man I'm about to marry. We did not speak for rehearsal dinner or at the wedding.
My mother said that she couldn't believe that my sister would stay married to that SOB.
I don't like going around you. I don't like calling you. My mother is a gossip.
A lot of times if there's turmoil in our family, within 2 minutes she's picked up the phone and called all of my aunts, her sisters, to tell them all about it.
I don't know why she has to do this.
Nothing is sacred in our family.
I don't feel I am a gossip. I feel I try to get to the bottom of the problem. My family business is a wholesale business. I brought my son-in-law on board, and then my daughter.
I was falsely accused by my mother of stealing her business.
I was undermined. I feel they pushed me out of my own business by the way they were treating me. I had an angina attack because of an argument with Amy.
It's nasty how you talk to me. I used to take it and not say anything, and now my walls have went up and the guns are drawn.
I've thought long and hard about just not dealing with my mother anymore and cutting her out of my life.
I told my daughter I have a sister that is dying of cancer, and I would change places with her in an instant because I feel so unloved and unwelcomed in this family.
My mom really respects DrPhil and listens to what he has to say.
Dr. Phil, you've got your work cut out for you because there's no way that anyone can get to the core of Lisa.
My mom's proven herself as the troublemaker of the family for years. Please help us.
All right, so I got my work cut out for me, huh?
I think.
You said, I wish I never had kids. According to Amy, you've said to her, your hair looks like bleep, and that when they've said they don't respect you, and your response is just you, out of here.
She said, when I told her, she said, I demand respect. And I said, you don't demand respect, you earn respect. And that's when she told me, you.
Is that true?
That was true.
That's not helpful.
But how do you get to the core of it? I've tried every way possible.
What do you mean?
I have tried talking to them, I've tried being kind, I've tried buying, I've tried everything to get their respect and their love. And I went at it the wrong way, evidently, as, from early on.
You don't buy respect, you earn it. And I don't see that your actions or the way that you speak to people, not just ourselves, it's not respectful. You don't have a common courtesy for mankind.
And do you?
I think I do, yes.
You do your friends.
Okay, can I jump in and say something here?
Sure.
You said, how do you change this? That's one rule you just violated. She was saying something to you that you could either weigh and you could either keep it or not, but your response was, well, do you? I mean, how does that advance the ball if you're pointing fingers at each other? The only person you control is you, but you want to take her inventory, and apparently you have an inventory to be taken. Did you tell your mother that she was a lowlife and didn't deserve children or grandchildren?
Not that I recall.
Well, it was just last June. I mean, you don't recall it or you didn't do it. It seems to me like that's not a common statement, so it might kind of jump out in your memory.
I don't think that I have ever referred to her as not deserving of grandchildren. I think she does a fine job with her grandchildren.
Well, that's not what you said. You said that she was a lowlife, number one. Do you remember that part of the statement?
I think where that comes from is where we go to her house and she barks orders not only at myself to do things or get her things, but of my father as well. And rather than asking a question, it's always barked. And so, yes, I do refer to that as being a lowlife.
Okay, well, it took you a long time to get around to recalling that.
Well, I
because it was like,
just
gee,
didn't
gosh,
remember it.
DrPhil, I just don't quite pull that up in my memory. But then as you talk about it, you say, yeah, I did refer to my mother as a lowlife. Okay, so it's you lowlife, I can't imagine why they're not getting along.
Shortly after last New Year's, my mom told me over the phone that her New Year's resolution was that this year was going to be all about Myra and that she wasn't taking any more crap from any of her family. And if we didn't like it, we could get the hell out.
Well, today we're talking to families who are pointing a finger, sometimes at each other, sometimes at one person that they say is the biggest troublemaker of the group. Now, I'm here with Amy and Lisa, who say their mother, Myra, is the quintessential drama queen and troublemaker, and they demand that she stop causing so much trouble. She disagrees. She says that it's a two-way street. Now, you don't think this is all your fault?
No, I don't.
Do you think any of it's your responsibility?
Absolutely.
What is it you think you need to change that you're doing now?
I've tried in the last few months, and even both of the girls have told me, to work on my attitude and to try to listen. They think I don't listen, and a lot of times I'm preoccupied and have a lot on my mind, and I do. It's the age thing, I think. I'm not remembering and as well as I used to, but I'm trying to change.
You're not remembering, Mother. You don't listen to a conversation long enough to actively partake in any conversation. I've had a friend that's been in the hospital for multiple months, and the very last time that I mentioned something in the last month is the first time that it clicked with you that she was even in the hospital and I was going on a regular basis to visit.
I hardly ever talked to you. I didn't know she was in the hospital.
Okay, Amy, tell me about your wedding. And y'all didn't speak at the rehearsal dinner at your wedding. Why not?
She had made a comment the day before the wedding at my grandmother's house that she could not believe that I was going to marry that bastard. And I told her she had no right to talk to my future husband that way.
Because he was there listening, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, we were
He
all
heard
there.
this?
Yes.
Did you say that?
No, I did not.
Do you not recall, or you didn't say it?
I did not say that.
Yes,
I
you
treated
did.
Frank, her husband, as a son. And a lot of times I've even been told, I'm your daughter, he's just your son-in-law. I've had a really good relationship with him until he came to work for us a couple of years
So
ago.
then why were we not talking at the rehearsal dinner or the wedding then, if you didn't say
I
it?
know he was upset, but I do not recall why. I do
Because
not.
you called him a...
Okay, but now wait a minute. See, this is something that really interests me when I talk to people here sometimes. This is not something that is a matter of opinion. You either said, I can't believe you're marrying that bastard, or you didn't. And do you think are we to believe that Amy just totally made that up? And I wonder why she would pick that to make something up. I wasn't there. I'm not saying you said it. I'm just saying it's so odd to me that two people that could be in the same room give such different reports. It makes me think somebody's lying.
Well,
I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just asking.
Well, rehearsal dinner,
Did she say it or not?
absolutely, yes, she did.
It wasn't, you didn't mishear like
No.
she said, I can't
No.
believe he likes custard or
No.
something. I mean, this was, I can't believe you're marrying that bastard.
Yes, that is
right?
exactly her
Okay.
words.
No fuzzy in there.
No, there's
no
no
miscommunication.
fuzziness.
why would I have said that? What had happened?
That part I honestly don't remember. I remember Lisa was doing my nails at the table, and you were standing behind her. Frank was on one side, sitting on the table. Dad was in the family room at Grandma's house. And I honestly don't remember the circumstances around it. I just remember her saying it.
In front of Frank.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
It's two against one.
strange
This
bedfellow. They
is
close
the way it
ranks
always
against
is at
Mom
home. It's always them against me.
Okay, and you just have no recollection of that whatsoever.
My feelings are hurt, and I have no more respect or compassion for my mother any longer.
I don't feel either one of my daughters have ever respected me. They don't show compassion, they're not loving or caring toward me. It hurts when both my daughters tell me I'm a horrible mother. It's just hard. It seems I'm doomed.
We're talking about today how one troublemaker can divide a family. Two troublemakers can just make it a crossfire hurricane. Myra's daughters, Lisa and Amy, say that Myra's gossiping and constant arguments can just absolutely cause them to be so separated, so distant, so cold that they don't care if they even see each other again. Myra says she's just not the problem, that her oldest daughter, Lisa, is the problem. Now, it's all about her. Her New Year's resolution, 06 is about me, right?
Absolutely.
Just screw you, this is my year.
I said I wasn't going to take any more crap from the family. I'd had all I could take.
This is the year of the Myra,
That's right.
okay? And y'all say, well, it's like every other year, right?
Yes, that's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
That was my exact comment.
Yeah, so we'll just Xerox that for 05, 04, 03, 02, 01.
Yes.
You've got to choose to disengage, not from each other. You've just got to choose to say, you know what? She just may be a unhappy, bitter woman. But you know what? I choose not to be. I choose not to be locked in that bitterness with her, and I'm just going to forgive her and love her. That's my life decision. I choose not to be part of this anymore. Now, wait a minute. See, you're already thinking about two things. One, what you're going to say next when I'm finished, which means you're not hearing what I'm saying. And two, why I'm totally full of crap, because I don't understand this is your mother and it's not that easy when it's somebody you look up to and expect to be loved by.
No, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I have said that before, and before I came on here, I said, you know, I would feel horrible if something was to happen to her and we didn't have a relationship, because she does not have a mother any longer. And I said, but it's, you know.
Then why don't you make the life decision to say, you know what, Mom? You're just going to have to fight with yourself, because I ain't going to fight with you anymore. I'm going to choose not to react. I'm going to choose not to react. I can come in and you can say, I can just come in and you can say, well, where's that sorry bastard? He's in the car. I mean, just whatever, just choose not to engage, because she won't fight with herself. She won't fight with herself. I know you, I mean, you say what you want to say, but I'm telling you, one log won't burn. One log won't burn. If you two decide, I refuse to engage. I will not escalate. I will not retaliate. I will not be provoked. Then you have the power to scale this down dramatically. But to do that, you've got to decide that sometimes you just have to give yourself what you wish you could get from somebody else. Maybe you wish you could get love and acceptance and comfort and nurturing from your mother. And maybe she can't give that to you right now. I'm coming to you. All right?
I bet you are.
I'm coming to you. Then maybe you just have to give that to yourself.
So how do we just forgive and forget?
It
how
is a
do
choice.
I put down that wall?
Okay, it is a choice, Amy. It is a choice. You have to decide what matters in life. You let her wake up tomorrow morning with a highly invasive, aggressive cancer, and you ain't going to give a damn about what she said about how you were fixing the potatoes at Thanksgiving. And what I'm trying to do, I don't. Okay.
I'm teasing.
All right. You know what? Y'all want to stay mad.
No, I don't.
Because this is a choice. You know, you say, how do you forgive and forget? You don't forget. You don't have to forget, but it is your choice to forgive. And you're just not ready to give that up. And everything I just said to them goes for you. You just have to decide, you know, ain't my job to fix them, ain't my job to criticize them, not my job to take their inventory. These are grown women. I'm going to love them for who they are, and I'm going to let them make the choices. I don't need to criticize them.
And then what do I do when they come to me, when they've made the bad choices, crying on my shoulder and asking for my assistance or help, and I give it to them, then I'm doomed for that.
We don't come to you for help. We come to you for compassion.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.